Hey guys, Scarlett here. I hope you all are holding up okay out there. I know the world is in quite a bit of chaos right now, so I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. And I thought I would make a video for you. I know you probably like myself, we're all stuck at home right now, so I hope this video brings you a bit of entertainment. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. I create weekly videos about topics like tarot, paganism, and magic. And if you are one of my returning subscribers, welcome back. So today we are going to be talking about 5 witchy things that I personally do not buy. So this video is in my minimalism series, and one of the things that you'll find when you look at a lot of introductory books on witchcraft is that there's always seems to be this big chapter about ritual tools and objects. And I remember when I was first learning about witchcraft, when I was around 13 or so, I was super intimidated by this because I knew that at that age there was no way I would be able to find and purchase all of these different items. One of my pet peeves is that there seems to be a lot of emphasis on having the stuff when it comes to witchcraft, which I think is a real shame because it kind of detracts from the main purpose in following this path in the first place, which in my view is to get closer to nature and the powers of the natural world. So I wanted to share a few things that I personally choose not to purchase for my own spiritual path. So the first thing I choose not to buy is altar cloths. When you look at a site like Etsy, it seems like there are thousands of different altar cloths for sale. And what I do instead is I just use scarves or random pieces of fabric that I have laying around. So I don't really see a particular need to buy a large amount of altar cloths. I mean, of course, if it's something you're into and that you really enjoy, then of course, go for it. But for me, I tend to just use whatever I have. The second thing I choose not to buy is ritual robes. Now, a lot of beginner books state that you should have separate clothing that is just for ritual and spell work. And I do think that's a good idea in theory, but in practicality for my life, it just doesn't really tend to work. If it's an advanced ritual or a Sabbat or Esbat celebration, I tend to just wear one of my nice dresses. But honestly, if it's just minor things like divination or some simple spell work, I just use whatever I'm wearing that day. The third item I tend not to buy is witchy decor. I tend to confine most of my witchy items to a few bookcases in my apartment. But if you were to walk around my apartment, you probably wouldn't know I was super into this kind of stuff unless I showed you my bookcases or my tarot collection. Now, I know a lot of people are really into decorating with a witchy aesthetic, so if that's you, go for it, have fun, but it's just not for me personally. And this is especially true for different Sabbats, like Samhain, for example. I know a lot of people are really into buying witchy decor from Halloween shops or even from Joanne Fabrics or Michaels for their altar. And I personally just tend to stick to natural materials as much as possible. So I, go out and gather branches and leaves and just try and use candles and whatever I have laying around. The fourth item I try not to buy are expensive crystals. I know crystals are really a thing right now, and I do actually have a couple crystals. I have this nice big piece of amethyst, and I also have a simple clear quartz. And I do have a bunch of those smaller crystal stones as well. But personally, I'm trying to move a bit away from purchasing crystals. Over the past year or so, I've learned about some of the horrible conditions in the crystal mining industry. So I've been looking for alternatives when it comes to representing the earth element in ritual or spell work. And there are so many alternatives to representing the earth element. I personally just use plants, so it works out pretty well. And yeah, I'm not saying I'm never going to buy crystals again. I do like them. I do feel that they do have a good vibrational energy, and of course they are very aesthetically pleasing, but I'm definitely going to be extra cautious before I purchase crystals in the future. The fifth witchy item I personally don't buy are wands. So when it comes to directing energy in spell work or ritual, I just use my fingers to do that. And I find that that works really well for me. Though I do also occasionally collect branches when I go on nature walks, and I try to find different types of wood, and then I can use those as a wand as opposed to buying an elaborate wand online. And it can be really fun because different types of wood have different magical properties. For example, the ash tree is connected with protection and power, and the elm tree is great for attracting love and connecting with nature spirits. So one of the main reasons I try to minimize the amount of witchy items I own is because when we look at the archetype of the witch throughout history, she usually didn't have that much at her disposal other than a few simple tools and her knowledge of the land. So witchy tools can be fun and they can definitely enhance the experience, but in my view, they are by no means necessary. So don't ever feel like your own personal practice is less authentic because you don't have this or that particular item. To me, the most important tool a witch has is her mind. That's why the one thing I personally tend to splurge on is books. So I really hope you liked this video today, and if you did, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel. And if you are a tarot enthusiast like myself, I wanted to mention that I am doing a daily challenge for the month of April, and I would like to personally invite you to join me in this challenge. This is an Instagram challenge, and each day there is a daily prompt that can help you expand your own tarot practice and learn more about your own personal strengths as a reader. So the only thing you have to do to enter is do the daily prompt either through a Instagram post or a story or a live, and then hashtag Spring into Tarot 2020. And of course we have prizes because you know how much I love prizes and giveaways. So the first prize winner will get my tarot deck, the Key Tarot. So once it's complete, I will be sending you that deck, and you'll also get an entry into the giant giveaway, which is the free trip to New Orleans. Second place winner will get a Key Tarot pendant necklace, and the third place winner will get a 3-card reading from me. So I do hope you join me in this challenge and stay tuned to my Instagram because I'm going to be doing these daily prompts with you guys. And yeah, I hope it is something that can keep you busy while we are all locked inside for the foreseeable future. So I'll add all the details for the challenge down below in the description box, so definitely check that out. And thank you guys so much for watching my video today, and I'll see you next week. Bye.